Hey guys, what's up? It's Meredith and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because as you can see from the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some fun date ideas, and you guys have met my boyfriend before. His name is Jeff and he's been on my channel a couple of times, like 3 times maybe, but if you guys follow me on Instagram then you've definitely seen him a lot more over there. But we have been together for a long time and we've kind of done it all. We've experimented with a bunch of different date ideas and I have compiled a list of some of my favorites, and I kind of made some different categories from expensive to moderately expensive and then either inexpensive or free. So I've made this list for you guys and I can't wait to share them with you. I think you're really gonna like them. So if you want to see some fun date ideas I have for you guys, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep this video short and sweet because I know I didn't put up a video last week and I feel like all my videos before that have been kind of long lately. So I'm gonna try to keep this short, but I know it's gonna be really hard because one, I like to ramble, just like I always ramble about anything, and also for every date idea that I share with you guys, it's something that Jeff and I have actually done, and so I have a bunch of fun memories with like all of these dates. So I'm gonna want to tell you guys all those memories, but I'm going to try to stop myself and just kind of share the basis of what the date idea is and just kind of how we did it. So first, I'm going to start with the most expensive category. So this is stuff that Jeff and I just kind of do every once in a while. It's not something we can really afford to do constantly because it's the most expensive. So I kind of have 3 or 4 things per category. So for the most expensive category, the first date idea that I have is a weekend getaway. And the one that sticks out the most to me is when Jeff and I went to Boston last year for Valentine's Day, because we were going to different schools at the time. Well, we still go to different schools, but we were going to schools in different states. So I was in New Hampshire, he was in Maine, and he just couldn't make it to New Hampshire for me for Valentine's Day because it was in the middle of the week and it just wasn't gonna work out. So we planned a weekend getaway for Valentine's Day and we went to Boston, and actually our hotel was paid for because Jeff's dad has a job where it requires him to travel a lot, so he gets a lot of hotel points, and then he actually got a hotel room for us free, and it was so nice of him to give us those points, and we just had so much fun, and it was so great that we didn't have to pay for a hotel room because hotel rooms are probably the most expensive part of a weekend getaway. So Jeff and I traveled down there by train, and then we stayed in a hotel that was provided by Jeff's father, again, which was so nice. And we had a little bit of spending money from my parents because each year for Valentine's Day they want to get Jeff and I a present to kind of like have together. Like normally it's a gift card or something to do together, but we asked for spending money so we could go to some fun restaurants in Boston. So I'm going to list all the restaurants that we went to, and I'll try to get a picture up like from each restaurant because I have a lot of pictures from that trip. So for breakfast we went to Neighborhoods Cafe in Boston. It's kind of near Fenway. It was a little bit out of the way from where we were staying, but they have the most amazing crepes and we absolutely loved it there. I actually go there every time I'm in Boston just because it's so good. So that's where we went for breakfast, and then for lunch we went to a restaurant called Top of the Hub, which you guys definitely saw pictures of if you were following me last year around Valentine's Day. I was posting like crazy this weekend because we were just having so much fun. So Top of the Hub was really fun because the whole restaurant is at the top of this skyscraper, and the whole restaurant is like windows, so you can see the entire city of Boston, and it's so pretty. And we decided to go there for lunch so we could see the whole city in the daylight. And then for dinner we went to a place called Sushi Inc. Block, and we just had some really good sushi there. And for dessert we went to the Palm restaurant. I think it's like a hotel, but in the hotel there's a restaurant called the Palm, and we just had dessert there, and I had creme brulee. Jeff had these cinnamon sugar donuts with like hot fudge, and we got iced coffee, and it was so good. The food was like definitely the best part of the entire vacation just because I don't know, we were so excited about all kinds of new restaurants to try, so we really went crazy with that. So if you guys want a expensive like anniversary getaway or something, I loved Boston, and feel free to use any or all of those restaurants that I just listed because I totally recommend them. Okay, so my next date idea in the expensive category is full body massages, and Jeff and I absolutely love massages. I know that not everyone likes them, so if you don't like them, I'm sorry, this date idea is not going to apply to you, but Jeff and I absolutely love them, and we go to Anthony John's Day Spa. It's a local spa here, and it's actually owned by my aunt, and it's just a really great atmosphere. I will say I haven't loved every masseuse, so I would definitely do some research on the masseuses if you choose to go there for your massage if you are local. But the atmosphere is so pretty and luxurious, and it's local, so that one's really fun. But also 9 Stone Day Spa in Portland is really luxurious too, and it's really expensive, so that's kind of more of a treat. But Jeff and I actually have a gift card to go there, so we're gonna be going there soon. But we love full body massages, and I feel like just like 30-minute back massages are good too, but I feel like if you're going to be spending the money on a massage, you might as well just go all out and get a full body hour-long massage. And yeah, so that's just kind of what we do. We do like little back massages here and there, like if, I don't know, if we're just stressed lately or if we just want something to do and we want a massage. We do get back massages every once in a while, but when we really want a good massage, we get a full body massage, and we love Anthony John's and 9 Stones in Portland. Okay, the last date idea that I have in the most expensive category is kind of a self-explanatory date idea, and that's just a really nice dinner. And I feel like sometimes people forget that this can be like a really special date, because I know, like, I've been with Jeff since 2014. I mean, we've done a million dates, a million dinner dates, and I feel like sometimes you just think, oh, like, a dinner date is no fun. But if you plan to go to like a really nice restaurant and you really just kind of like get dressed up and get excited, have it planned, and then choose to go on a nice dinner and just kind of spend a little bit more money and have a really good meal, it can be a really special date. And you just kind of spend a lot of time together, and it's very personal and romantic, and I just think it's a really fun date idea. Okay, so that is all I have for the most expensive category, and now I am moving into the kind of moderately expensive category. And what I mean by moderately is like, it's like it requires money, but it's nothing like crazy. So the first date idea for the moderately expensive category is happy hour and a movie. And this is something that Jeff and I do a lot because one of our favorite restaurants has happy hour on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's a sushi restaurant, and all the sushi is like half price and appetizers are half price, so it's actually a pretty cheap meal for a really good meal. So if you guys aren't local but you want to go to a happy hour, definitely look at your favorite restaurants happy hour and just kind of plan to go during that time, because I feel like happy hour is something that's kind of overlooked. Like, I don't know, I feel like I never really think of it except for the restaurant that we go to a lot, because first of all, I work there, so I definitely know when the happy hour is, and it's just a favorite of ours, and it's a really good location. So we go to happy hour and get a really good, like, decent meal for not a lot of money, and then we go to the movie theater because it's pretty close by, and we go watch a movie. And yes, we still get popcorn and candy when we go to the movie theater, even though we just had dinner. But I am the type of person where if I'm going to the movie, I need to get popcorn. I can't watch a movie without it. Okay, so my next date idea is only for the winter months, and that is ice skating and hot chocolate. And Jeff and I actually did this during a little weekend getaway when we were in Portland last year. I think, yeah, we were in Portland last year and did this. And there was a really cute ice skating rink there, and actually Jeff and I met at an ice rink, so we were celebrating our like meet-iversary there, which is kind of really cheesy, but it was really fun. So we went to an ice skating rink, and then we just had hot chocolate there, and obviously you have to pay to like skate. Even if you bring your own ice skates, you have to pay to skate and then pay for hot chocolate, but again, it's nothing crazy expensive. Okay, so for the next date idea in the moderately expensive category, I have dessert and drinks. And I just think dessert is kind of a really fun date because, I don't know, I'm the type of person where every time I go out to dinner, I don't get dessert. It's just nothing that my family really did growing up. We never really had dessert after dinner or got dessert at restaurants. So dessert for me is kind of a treat. So Jeff and I love to go out to this really cool restaurant downtown because they have really, really good dessert. And if you are 21, you can obviously drink there too. They have some really cool dessert drinks. So I just think that's kind of a fun little date idea. And if you aren't 21, you can always get iced coffee because iced coffee and dessert just go together so well. So yeah, you don't have to be 21 to do that, but it's still a really fun, cool date. Okay, so the last date idea that I have for the moderately expensive category is bowling and snacks. And Jeff and I actually did this just the other day, and the whole night we were looking at each other thinking, why don't we do this more often? Because we had so much fun. So we went bowling. I think we played 2 or 3 games because we just did not want to leave. We had so much fun. We ordered like a large basket of french fries, and Jeff got a beer. I got a Diet Coke because I prefer soda with my french fries. But it was just like a fun night of like snacking and bowling. And even if you're not good at bowling, it is still such a fun game to play. And yeah, I feel like it's something that's really underrated that everyone needs to go try. Okay, so we are now moving into my last category, which is either really inexpensive or completely free. And the first date idea I have is going to the bookstore. And I know this might seem a little weird, but Jeff and I went into the bookstore a couple months ago because I think Jeff needed to look for a book, and we ended up staying in there for like 2 hours because we were both just like looking at a ton of different books. And I am not like a reader at all, but I had so much fun in this one section. It was like there was like stuff about weddings in there, which I just love weddings and like learning about them. There was it was like this whole corner of weddings, skincare, astrology, and then stuff like about mediums. And I just had so much fun. I was looking through so many books, and then Jeff was in the business section as he always is, but he was reading like all these business books, and we were just like having the best time. It wasn't really like spending time together, but it was something to do, and I don't know, we just had so much fun. So if you guys want to go try that out, I definitely recommend just going to the bookstore on like, I don't know, a Sunday afternoon and just kind of looking around until you find some books that you like or find a section that you like, and it can actually be pretty fun. Okay, so for the next date idea that I have in this category, it is going hiking. And Jeff and I went hiking for the first time in our relationship a couple months ago. Yeah, it was like this past fall, and we actually had so much fun. I am not an outdoorsy person at all, but I actually had a lot of fun. We brought Jeff's sister's dog and we hiked, and then we had lunch at the top of the mountain, and then we just hiked back down. And the mountain was actually kind of like far from where we lived, so the road trip was kind of cool too. And yeah, it was just kind of fun, and it's something that's cool to do every once in a while. If you guys don't love hiking like I do, I definitely recommend still trying it because it's something that you can really enjoy. Okay, so for the next date idea in this category, it's pretty inexpensive, and that is a movie date at home. And you guys can always watch a movie at home and like pop some popcorn or something. But what Jeff and I do, because I absolutely love movie theater popcorn, is we actually go to the movie theater, get popcorn, and get a big thing of soda, and we bring it home and watch a movie at home. And I don't know, it's just fun to do every once in a while, especially if you don't have any movies in the theater that are interesting to you guys, because these past couple of months Jeff and I have not been able to go to the movie theater because there just haven't been any good movies, and I don't know, we love going to the movies. So we had to have this little date a couple times where we watched movies at home, and the other day we watched Incredibles 2, and that is the best movie ever. It's actually our second time seeing it because the first time we did see it in theaters. But if you guys are looking for a movie to watch, definitely watch The Incredibles 2. Okay, so I just have a couple more date ideas to share with you guys, but this next one, Jeff and I have only done once, and we actually had so much fun doing it that we're going to do it again soon because I think we just kind of want a second try because the first one didn't go so well. But that is a paint and sip at home, and I'm sure you guys have heard of a paint and sip. You can do them at a bunch of different places, even around here in Maine. But a paint and sip is basically going to like an art studio, or I don't know, they have them in a bunch of random places, and there's an instructor to teach you how to do a painting. They just kind of like walk you through it, and you're supposed to bring wine and sip wine while you're doing it. But Jeff and I decided to do this at home because there was a ton of YouTube videos on paint and sips, or it was just kind of like painting demonstrations. They weren't necessarily called paint and sips, but we got canvas, and Jeff's mom and sister are both like really artistic, so they already had a bunch of paint. But if you like choose a video, you can see what colors they call for, and then you can just go buy those colors if you want, and you watch a YouTube video and you paint at home. And it was so much fun. Jeff and I did, like, it was like a lake landscape where the sun set on the water, and they actually turned out pretty good, but there was a couple things that we wish we had done differently, so I think we're definitely going to try again soon. The next date idea that I have in this category is a gym date, and Jeff and I both go to the gym. We love exercise, we love working out, and we go to different gyms. He tends to go to the one at his school, or he has one that's a little bit closer to his home, but I've been going to the same gym for a long time, and I'm allowed to bring Jeff if I want to go to the gym with him, just because I'm really close with the owner and he loves Jeff, so he doesn't care if I bring him a couple times. So we go to the gym kind of late at night because we don't want to deal with a bunch of people there, because the gym I go to is a little bit smaller. So we tend to go at like 7, 8, or 9 at night, and it's just kind of like a fun way to exercise and like be with your best friend. And yeah, it's not super intimate obviously because you're both working out, like doing your separate workouts, but it's just kind of a different way to spend time together and still have fun and get a good workout in. Okay, so the last date idea that I have in this category is a camp getaway, and this really only applies to people that have a camp. I'm sorry, I mean, I know this isn't very versatile for everyone, but Jeff has a camp on a pretty secluded lake, and I have a house on a lake, like that's where my family's house is, and our lake is very, I don't know, popular, I guess, and there's always a bunch of people on that lake. But Jeff and I decided to go to this camp last spring. I think it was just getting warm enough, but it wasn't quite camp season because it wasn't summer yet. But his camp is on a lake that's pretty secluded, and it was just such a romantic weekend, and we didn't have to spend any money really. We just kind of brought groceries there, and it was very calm and relaxing and peaceful, and it was just a fun little getaway. And again, it didn't really cost much. So if you guys do have a camp, I definitely recommend going there kind of in the off season, maybe not in winter because it might be pretty cold, but right as camp's about to open up or right as camp's closing down. I do recommend doing this because it's a nice little getaway just for the two of you where you don't have to spend a ton of money. Okay guys, that is absolutely it for today's video. I hope you liked hearing all of these date ideas that I had to share with you guys today. And if you did, please comment down below the date idea that you were most excited to try out, because these are all dates that Jeff and I have tried, and we've made so many fun memories in every single one of them, and I really hope that you guys can find a couple to try out for yourselves. I love you guys so much, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you guys next week. Bye!